Welcome to Assist of the Week, presented by State Farm. After the community discovered a crazy trick on Hollywood with Zarya and Lucio, the Atlanta Reign put it into practice against the Paris Eternal. After taking the point and beginning the payload push, Massa decided to push DeFran where no pro Zarya has gone before.
Who came up with that? Was it a coach? Was it you?
I think we actually saw it on someone else do it on Reddit first. And we just like, that, if we can pull that off in game, it's gonna be so cool. So we just went for it.
And there you go, a rough first map for Atlanta Reign, but these guys certainly putting on a show last week, absolutely. That was a crazy
One of the best
play.
plays we've seen in Overwatch history, 100%.
Over the roof on Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of those things where it's like, right before they do it, you're like, oh my gosh, I just realized what you can do. With a little bit of Lucio speed boosting, a little bit of Zarya right-clicking to get that extra distance, and then the grab from on high. Nobody expects that. Now they will, but man, what a play.
You love to see those death row above plays, though. They're so exciting, such big surprises.
Yep, that's right. So we'll see if they can come back. I think the biggest surprise we've seen so far is just how well the Gladiators played on map number 1. I mean, that's the thing. It's when was it going to happen, right? They had the pieces, they finally put it together, but can they extend that over an entire series? That's the next question we have to ask when we look at this LA team.
Yeah, and the Gladiators, as I was saying, were just a couple steps away from being a very good team in this league. I think a couple things to fix, and they're fixing them right now. And not only are they fixing them, but I think they've identified the primary threats on the side of the Atlanta Reign. We talk about Puckett, we talk about Erster, #1 damage on Reinhardt, #1 damage on Brigitte. Puckett was neutralized. They were focusing him super hard. And yes, DeFran mops up a lot of those kills, but the initial damage has to be there for DeFran to jump in and finish everybody off.
True enough, and a substitution for Atlanta Reign. Kodak subbing in for Dogman as we look ahead to our next map here.
Yeah, typically a substitution that I think the Atlanta Reign have struggled with, but we haven't seen Kodak in a little bit. So what can he do here on King's Row to help his team out? Because right now, the tank line of Atlanta is getting blitzed. Gladiators are playing in the trenches, in the tank war better.
Indeed. So moving on to King's Row, our hybrid map in this series here. Atlanta Reign versus LA Gladiators. Gladiators will be on the attack first. I feel like that's appropriate, given their name. Not given their ID, maybe. I mean, it is a shield, but still, you know.
Yeah, the shield's up. You know, they play a pretty aggressive style overall, or at least they have been today.
Aren't Gladiators supposed to be like the aggressive, you know, ancient warriors? Shouldn't it be like Trident and Nets up? Like that?
Pretty much. Like, you really wanted those exotic battles for the Gladiators, right?
I don't think, I can't think of like that one Russell Crowe movie, and he's like, are you not entertained by my defense?
It certainly didn't happen that way.
Guys, it's the meta. It's going to be 3-3. What do you expect? Here we go. Gladiators on the attack. And it will be that Reinhardt base 3-3 as they try to muscle their way onto the point early on here.
Yeah, there's no reason for LA to switch it up either, because if you already feel like you're winning the front battle... Kodak! That's it for the Atlanta defense.
That's not a Kodak moment. Shaz picking him off, Puckett down as well, and with DeFran out of commission, that's going to be an easy point they take. And that's a rough one for Kodak, man. Coming back in after being out for a little while, and for instance, that happens is you get picked. You hate to see it.
You do, and you know, it wasn't the photo finish Kodak moment, though, but it was a Kodak moment, as it were, and we'll hope we don't see too many more of those tonight. Basically, easy point A now for the Gladiators.
That's right. There was a time where people put these things in their cameras called film.
Oh, yeah?
And yeah, that's what the pictures ended up on. Not an SD card. It's a long time ago. Here we go. Payload's moving. And it doesn't get much faster than that. Decay charging forward, 100 charge on this. Ooh, Puckett, nice boop. He's gonna take a lot of damage here. Can they finish him? Good stun on Decay. Actually, to save Reinhardt for now. Another boop though sends DeFran in. And that's gonna be a kill for LA. And they're just gonna keep the ball rolling. And man, there's just no stopping the Gladiators right now.
No, they are just playing amazingly right now. A lot of their issues were when Void would fly off and get himself demeched at the start of the fight, when Roar would charge in and find himself getting eliminated. Right. Those problems are not existing as we stand in the first two maps of this series. Gladiators look like they've tightened up their coordination significantly, and they are just rolling the Reign.
This is looking like the Gladiators team that we expected coming into the Overwatch League this season. So it's kind of surprising it's taken them this long to emerge. But yeah, like you said, it seems like they're getting it. Now, the grab comes in, Urster down already, Popo as well, suffering. I mean, Atlanta just looks totally outclassed right now. They are just getting caught over and over and over again, and it just doesn't seem like they can find any way to keep their Reinhardt alive.
Yeah, and we're going through a lightning fast round. Remember, this payload basically hasn't been stopped this entire map so far, so look at that, nearly 6 minutes to finish C, and they only had to use a Graviton Surge to do it. That's the craziest thing. How do you get this far with one ult?
I don't know, man. We've seen a lot of one-sided rounds on King's Row, but this could take the cake right here. Defran, though, with a grab. Maybe he can turn it around. The payload finally getting stalled out a little bit. As they play the corner, it's going to be the rally coming in from both teams here. Oh, the stun, the Earth Shatter. Right as the grab happens, Void with the self-destruct, and he gets Defran. Kodak not going to save him with that Transcendence. It does not protect you from the self-destruct. Hydration learns the same thing, but Popo down yet again. And that payload not moving at the moment because they're fighting it, but as soon as they get back on, it is going to roll and it is going to go fast. And now it's just cleaning up. Void demeched. Maybe an opportunity as they kind of throw away that grab a little bit here. But Kodak down. Popo back onto the Hammond now in desperation here. And it looks like with the boop on to Decay. Nice play from Massa. And that's going to buy Rain a little bit of time. But man, they are so close already to losing this attack round.
Yeah, that was the first real team fight that we've had because of pickoffs that have started in the very early parts of these team fights. They forced the swap over to the Wrecking Ball. And now they need to switch Popo back to the Reinhardt. Look at Roar's Shatter, though. That's going to be coming up very soon. We're going to have very similar Transcendence timings from both Zenyatas.
True enough. We'll see what they can do. It's going to take Popo a little while to build up that Earth Shatter because he did have to switch and reset his ultimate economy again. The Atlanta Rain doing okay at the moment. Gladiators doing the right thing and approaching this slowly too. They're showing a lot of poise here.
They're speed boosting around the side, looks like. So interesting approach here. Trying to get an angle for the Shatter.
Yeah, Void on top doing a lot of damage, and Roar just gets caught out. Yeah, when he dropped down, he didn't really have the support of his team, and now it's going to be everybody trying to die as fast as they can, and we'll see how well Atlanta can stagger them. Looks like that's going to be about it, but yeah, a little bit of missed coordination from the Gladiators on that one.
Well, also a great play by Massa to actually just changed the positioning of Roar right there. Wasn't going to be able to get the Shatter down. Obviously, the Atlanta Rain knew that they were losing the battle to the Shatter prior to that fight. They have caught up right now.
Yeah.
It's looking like we are heading towards 6 ults per team. Look at Urster's positioning on the high ground. He's going to try and boop Roar.
He's going to drop down. Oh, he didn't quite land it. But the Shatter, that did the trick anyway here. Defran extremely low. They're going to have to drop the grab. There's Dako's self-destruct and to get rid of the shield. Not quite sound barrier. Out just in time as well, but Popo does go down on the Rain side of things, and now Gladiators gonna get to push in again with that. Defran in the back line trying to cause chaos, but as he does, everybody else on his team taking a lot of hits here, and it looks like Gladiators have won this team fight now. How quickly can they handle the respawns?
Yeah, they're gonna try and burst through right now, but they've got so much damage coming in from Shaz's Zen.
Could be another Hammond coming back. Kodak gonna go swap onto it, not gonna live very long though, and as Shaz gets a final kill onto the mech, that should about do it. That's gonna be Gladiators getting things done on King's Row. Good amount of time in the time bank.
Yeah, respectable hold from Atlanta though. It took them all the way to point C, but you know what? They at least bled some time off the clock. 2.5 minutes for Gladiators in time bank.
A quick break and Rain gets a chance to attack. Kings Row, where the Gladiators set a pretty good time in their attack, 2:30 in the time bank. They made it to C quickly, and Atlanta Reign was able to eat up a few minutes off that. Of course, later tonight, don't miss it, Toronto Defiant versus Chengdu Hunters on Disney XD. It's going to be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to that series, too. We get to cast that one as well, and that should be pretty fun.
Yeah, it should be really interesting to see the growth of Toronto and if we see any new and unique strategies out of Chengdu. But for now...
LOL, no, it's just Hammond. It's okay, they're fun to watch. I don't
They're
mind
really fun
at
to
all.
watch.
I love that team. Atlanta Reign on the attack here. We'll see what they can do. It's possible that you can set a quicker time than what the Gladiators have done. And we'll see if Kodak can get a little bit of revenge for that early pick onto him that the Gladiators got during their attack.
You see Gladiators just pushing out, making some space right now. Atlanta going to respond in time to get back to the point.
They're going to get aggressive here. Void did get stunned a little bit. Had to flee. And Atlanta Reign having to back off. They didn't get the pick they were looking for. They were hoping to pick one up and then fight that 6v5.
No, but they're just putting pressure on the Pokebo. Right now, Gladiators focusing on winning the barrier battles between the Reinhardts, and they're doing it successfully.
Yep. Yeah, if you kind of play that corner, you can get those extra swings in there when they get close, and it certainly helps out a bit. Pokebo still at about half health before finally getting some more healing here. Massa lurking on the walls up high. We'll see if they can find a opportunity to displace somebody. Meanwhile, Atlanta Reign back on the point. Gladiators going to get aggressive again here. They're going to chase Void down. Wow, Dako going aggressive here. Has to back away. He had his defense matrix to eat up some of that incoming damage. Can be one tick taken so far for Atlanta. There's a grab used onto the Gladiators. No follow-up kills though. Shaz pops that Transcendence. Atlanta Reign just going to wait that one out.
Yeah, they do have this Graviton Surge of their own right now, and Kodak has held on to the Transcendence.
Yep, so they've got a way to combat this grab coming in from Decay. There's a grab right now. There's the Transcendence from Kodak, trying to keep people alive. Can't keep Erster up, though. Roar gets him with the charge, and the sound barrier now in Atlanta Reign to try to finish this fight off, but Pokebo down.
Huge shatter.
And Dako comes in with the self-destruct. Gladiators able to turn that one on its head in a hurry. And they are going to hold the point. Only one tick taken. Oh, he didn't get back in the neck. That is a rough stagger for Reign to deal with.
Yeah, 2 minutes that fight nearly took off the clock just because it was so back and forth. Gladiators holding strong on the point, though, and eventually, just with the pin, winning out, knowing the trance was there. When they had their Graviton Surge, throw the grab down, use the instant damage from the charge. They pick off Erster and can convert the kill.
Oh, Eden Void gobbles up another grab. DeFran just kind of tossed that right into him. Playing hungry hippos there and made that one easy. Gladiators now having no trouble at all repulsing that attack.
I think if they're the Gladiators, it might be hungry hippodrome there, Doa.
That's a good point. It's a very good point.
Coming in, another fight about to start right here. Plenty of ults for the Gladiators. Atlanta Reign playing from an ult deficit right now. This should be an eco push for them.
We'll see. Going in. Oh, it's going to be the grab actually used on the side of the Gladiators. Can they pair it with Void self-destruct? No kills, but again, it keeps Reign backed away. Oh, and it did catch Dako. He is DMAC. Shatter for Pokebo. Nothing from that one for the Reign. And Gladiators playing it so poised, so patiently. Looking good so far. They've got an Earth Shatter of their own. Rally coming up soon here. Massa, meanwhile, on the Atlanta side with the sound barrier.
Gladiators playing like so much more of a team this week.
Yeah.
Nobody trying to make the big plays. They're all just collecting together.
Massa looking for the boop. Oh, can't quite get behind. Roar, doesn't matter. Sound barrier comes down anyway. Gonna get dropped for Atlanta as they get aggressive here. Pokebo, he's down though. Roar down as well. Both Reinhardts eliminated, but there goes Hydration. A chance for Atlanta to maybe finally take point A. They just need those last 2 ticks. Gladiators, oh, they're gonna dedicate the sound barrier to it. They're going in, man. That's gonna draw the Transcendence out from Kodak. Oh, and Decay gets another grab eaten. That's Dako with his second of the match here. One on Busan, and then now one on Kings Row. There goes Decay and Void's mech though. So in the end, Atlanta Reign will barely dodge overtime on point A and get the payload going, but crucially, Gladiators pulled just a few more ultimates out at the end of that last fight.
Yeah, they definitely did, Doa. That was actually Void's first death of this entire map so far. That's how well the Gladiators have been playing around the Atlanta Reign ult economy. Just dodging a lot of those very dangerous ults. Eliminations overall, 35 for the Gladiators, a scant 15.
That's crazy, man.
For the Atlanta Reign. They're going to get some good payload movement right here, but Gladiators will have a couple defenses before they even hit the end of point B.
So the payload is finally moving now. Support ultimate's looking a little bit better for Atlanta on the virtue of Codex can have that Transcendence back a little bit quicker than Shaz will, seems like.
Yeah, this is going to be an eco fight, so the Gladiators want to fight now.
Oh, Shatter used. All right, Popo dedicates to it. Hydration. Can they keep alive? They barely do. Oh, I can't believe it, but it doesn't matter in the end. Decay and Roar fall, and that's going to be Atlanta throwing a lot at the Gladiators, but it breaks through.
You don't care if you're the Gladiators. That is the entire point of that engagement was to get ult charge so you can defend at the end here of point B. And when you get the Transcendence out and you get that Graviton Surge out of the Atlanta Rain, everything's coming up for the Gladiators. That's not the best point to defend on this map. You want to maximize their respawn distance, and you can fight here and do that.
All you have to do is stop them from completing the map. It doesn't matter how long it takes for them to get there. Decay getting very close to this grab. Dako getting aggressive, very low. Ooh, gets by the Reinhardt shield just in time, and Big Goose is going to be the first one to fall here. We'll see if they can follow it up. Shaz down from the self-destruct. Roar does strike back with a kill on Namasa, but it is going to be point B taken by Atlanta Rain. But again, you know, more ultimates used on the side of Rain. They had to use a sound barrier there.
Yeah, but they completed the point. And Atlanta knew what was coming, right?
Sure.
They knew they were going to be fighting at a disadvantage, which is why they pushed into the and past the point, I should say, so aggressively in that charge.
Right.
Because they knew if the Gladiators were grouped together, no chance they win that. Instead, they split them up, focus on one of the flanks, and that gets them the win.
Pretty much. So now, a little under 2 minutes remaining for Gladiators to stop them and try to go up 2 map wins in a row. Even if Atlanta finishes, they're going to go into it with a bit of a time bank deficit into the extra rounds. So if they want to get it done, they really need to get it done fast here. On attack, trying to get aggressive. Ooh, Big Goose goes in, uses that sound barrier. That's going to be Roar trying to push forward. Graviton Surge used. It catches Shaz. Roar going to back up there with his shield. They can't keep Shaz alive, but they do kill Bren. Oh, Decay now as well. And Atlanta, they lose Bren, but they strike right back again. That grab working out just fine.
Yeah, sometimes those solo grabs are definitely worth going for. Massa able to weave his way into the back line and make sure Shaz went down before the Transcendence could come online.
Yeah. So now the Gladiators scrambling. They don't want to let Atlanta complete this, even if they do have less time in the time bank. Back on the payload again. They've got the ultimates to try to push this. Massa looking for the boop. Ooh, didn't get anyone. That was a tricky move there. Transcendence does come out for Shaz. Massa using that sound barrier as well. You gotta watch out for the pits here. They're gonna throw in
Big
Void.
shatter.
Oh, big shatter. That's gonna be 3 from Void self-destruct, setting it up. Shaz gets caught on the other side, but I think the Gladiators are just fine with that. Atlanta Rain, if they run fast, they might be able to get one more fight here, but Decay still has that grab on the Gladiator side.
Yeah, that's the concern right now, is whether they can even make it back. DeFrance positioning could prevent them from getting to the payload if they don't see a grab from the flank from Decay here. So watch Decay. They may just try and push it in. 20 seconds. Need to buy some time. They push up right now.
Roar. Oh, they charge in. Both Reinhardt's really low. It's all about the stall here. And Popo getting extremely low. Void backs away. Gonna go after his D.Va counterpart. Now Hydration down. It's a 5v6 for Gladiators to try to hold this one. There goes Massa. The grab is used. Big Goose taken out. DeFrance striking back here. And now Decay in a lot of trouble too. He's got the Zarya shield, but it's only gonna last so long. A decisive team fight win for the Atlanta Rain. And it looks like they're just gonna cruise their way into a finish on King's Row.
It's an overtime finish, though.
They get it done in overtime.
It's
That's
an
true,
overtime
though.
finish, so
Yep.
they are going to have only a minute on this clock. Or 0, excuse me, on this
0.
clock.
Yeah, that's right. Quick break, and we'll go into extra rounds after this. We are back on King's Row, and the Gladiators have put themselves in a pretty incredible position to go up 2-0 in this series. And it's like we talked about, Monty, at the beginning of this match. Gladiators need to win this one. Any losses, any match losses from here on out means that they're out of contention for the Stage 1 playoffs.
Yeah, and look at this. So finishing in overtime, 0 remaining here for the Atlanta Reign. They have to hold for 2.5 against the Gladiators. Will be tough, especially with how the Gladiators have been playing.
Yeah, Atlanta Reign, the best they can hope for is a draw here on Kings Row. Gladiators, though, can get a win on this map if they take that first tick. That's all they need.
All right, so Atlanta going to play aggressively. Did they get D-Mac?
No.
Very close.
Taco's actually got like 10 HP, man. He's in big trouble. Big Goose is going for it. He knows it, man. He's going to boot Popo ahead, finish him off with an uppercut. Popo never saw it coming, man. There goes to Fran, and I think this one may be over already here. Only one tick needed by LA Gladiators to win the map, and they get it. That's a 2-0 lead for the Gladiators. They are looking better today than we have seen them look so far in Overwatch League 2019.
Well, we said there are a couple small things the Gladiators can fix, and all of a sudden they are going to be a top-tier team. They look more coordinated. They fixed some of their issues at getting picked off at the start of these fights.
They're definitely looking like a top-tier team right now. We'll see if they can keep it going after the half. See you then.
The Overwatch League is brought to you by T-Mobile. High ground or low ground, T-Mobile has you covered. And by State Farm. Whatever life brings your way, State Farm is here to help life go right.